Court calls the people of the state of Michigan versus Estrella Rose Jones, and we are here for a continuation of a plea and sentence from last week to a plea of no contest to assault and battery. We had adjourned for the parties to brief the issue to convince the court to follow the agreement. How is your daughter doing?
She's doing good. I mean, it affected her.
How so did it affect her?
Just being out, walking around town. She didn't deserve that. She went through it.
My client does not want to find herself back in the situation again. That she can be a better member of society. She's young. The opportunity of having a carrot and a stick for her to be able to keep her record clean if she does everything right. As his father was saying, I do believe he seems supportive of the idea of her learning her lesson from this. That this is sunk in for my client. Ms. Lang went into some detail about my client's backstory in the mitigation report, asked the court to factor that in. But we do want the court to know some of her backstory, some of her feelings and reflection, and her long-term goals.
Hurt people. I do recall a case where Ms. Jones was a victim of felonious assault. And then it's unfortunate to see her as the perpetrator in this case. I would ask the court to go along with the Kilgrew agreement here for a delay of sentence.
I'm very sorry. And I even myself was very shocked seeing the video.
I know you've been through a lot, and I'm familiar in the various roles I've had of the different issues that you've had and the struggles that you still continue to face. But I read in the mitigation report that your medications had been stolen, and now that you're back on your medications, have things kind of leveled out for you?
It's going.
Are things going good at your job? It also says that you started attending therapy. How's that going?
It's going good.
The mitigation report describes your peers as saying they consistently describe you as caring, reliable, and helpful. That certainly wasn't you this particular day, at least as I read in the report. And I don't want you to make a comment on that. One thing that the court has to do is it has to balance the interests of justice in one, doing the best that we can for you, but also while protecting society and making sure that we're keeping society safe. And so I guess I would like you to explain to me, if I were to follow the agreement and put you on a period of probation, what you hope to get out of that probation.
I hope to get mentally.
Do you understand my concern with putting you on a period of probation that's going to basically allow you to erase your record? Do you understand that concern I have?
Yeah.
You went after this girl pretty hard, and it sounds like she had some effect from that based on what her father said. So I have to sit here and decide, is that a conviction based on the actions that I have found you've done by reading the police report? Is that something that I think protects society by allowing that to stay on your record? And I know when we were here last time, we discussed, that you essentially had no prior history, but it wasn't because you hadn't been in trouble. It's just things have been resolved differently. The law is designed to recognize that young people in certain situations do stupid things. Not that I find that this was excusable by any means or that this was a stupid thing. This was you physically attacking a 14-year-old girl. And then if I recall correctly, there's quote unquote round 2 video for TikTok. I understand there's some reasons for your activity, being off medication and etc. But yourself were a victim of a felonious assault. And if I remember correctly, Mr. Carnes was at the gun being pulled on her?
Yes, sir.
And then you turn around and assault a person who's 5 years younger than you. And you're an adult. She's 14 years old. But at the same time, I realize that you have a struggle aside from this that you need to overcome. And I don't necessarily want to saddle you with anything further. I am a firm believer in allowing people to shape their own destiny, so to speak. So if I do put you on this period of delay and follow the agreement, your fate is in your own hands. Well, I want to thank Mr. Hartel for having his staff write the mitigation report because it does shed a little bit more light on everything that's going on. So that puts a little different light on things as to where we were last week. So I am going to follow the recommendation. I'm going to put you on a delay of sentence for 12 months. That's the longest period I have available to me. If at the end of the year you've been successful, Mr. Carnes' office will file a dismissal and I'll sign that. If you're not successful, the conviction stays. Ms. Jones, don't let this be a setback. Let this be a stepping stone, long road to go. It's not going to be an easy one. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope I don't see you back here